Hey guys, so today I decided to make a little tutorial type of thing, or more so that you can see how I work on my quick sketches. As you can see, I started in Photoshop, that's my preferred program to work on. And I just make like a quick outline of how I want the pose to be done, how I want it how it just feels to the eye at the time that I'm making the sketch. Now keep in mind this is a quick sketch, so I am not really minding my anatomy or storytelling or whatever. I'm just going in here and make a sketch, and from there out I just pick up some colors. The brush that I use during this all, because this is like a question that a lot of people have, um, is just a simple round hard round brush with the transfer set up, and then I just play with the opacity. So usually when I do the blending, as you can see here, I have my opacity very low. It's on like a 30, maybe 20, and then I just make the basic values that I want to um, use at that time. I don't really focus on hard grays or hard blacks yet. That comes later on. So right now I'm just trying to give her a face, give her a form. Do I want her to have chubby cheeks, um, a upper lip without a cupid's bow, or just mashing her out a bit. How I want her nose, how I want her eyebrows to sit. Will she have eyebrows? It's it I like this type of drawings a lot, because sometimes I just have an art block. Sometimes I cannot draw for weeks, or sometimes even months at a time. And so just to go back to like a comfort zone for me, it's succubus. I really like drawing succubi, so um, I never really have to think about much. I just want them to look cute, and that's about it. Personality always comes in later on, for some reason, as I go further into the drawing itself, but it's not my initial thought process. So as you can see, I didn't put some clothes on her yet. I was undecided, as I said at the beginning of making this drawing. I just knew that I wanted to make a comfort zone drawing, and that's what I did. So I didn't think about what kind of outfit I wanted to give her yet. So that's why she had two little hearts up there. Um, so yeah, for me right now, I'm still in the beginning stage of learning how to art. Um, and I always liked to see people like Anska, or um, people that have these very colorful um, drawings with these harder edges, and I never understood how they got those harder edges into something. They usually say that it's more of a stylized thing, but you can see old masters do the same thing on some of their paintings, and that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm painting, so the hard edges I now discovered are just a simple transition of um, a darker color with a lighter color against it, and you just don't fuss about it. A lot of times, new artists, they think, oh, when something looks soft, or when I need to create an edge, you have to use an airbrush. I don't use my airbrush at all. I used only one um, brush during this whole thing, and it's just the hard round brush with transfer on. So you get these smoother edges rather than this hard solid edge. So as you can see, I'm not touching the flow. The only thing that I'm tapping through is the opacity for my brush setting, and I'm just rolling through it. I am working on one layer at this time. A lot of times when I want to try something else or try something new, but I'm still too scared to make that step right away on top of the painting itself. So I'll just create a new layer. As you can see later on, I will create the clothing, and by doing so I just create a new layer, and then I just try something out. So what you can see at this point is that I'm cleaning up while I'm also painting further into the grayscale. It's a darker color, and then I just pick up a lighter color, and because it's transfer, it's really nice to um, like layer over another color. I hope I'm making sense, but if you have a black color, if you have a black shade and then you have your transfer on and you go over um, with a lighter shade, you get this transition, this transfer, and from that's where I pick up everything. So a lot of times you see me using the eyedropper tool to just pick up a new color and fill it in. But again, I don't really change my brushes. It's just one, the same brush with the same opacity throughout. Sometimes I do adjust the opacity because I want to, like with the horns, I really wanted to make them dark real quick, and then to go over that with 30% or 20% opacity, that will take a long time. So um, the thing with making drawings like this for me is just to keep busy, to just keep going and see where you are, how your anatomy is, how your knowledge of certain other things are, if the values are okay. Like right now, I need to get further into values. Um, but for quick sketches, it really doesn't matter. Like if it turns out great, that's great. But if it turns out not so great, you have that, you've learned that as well. Um, so at this point, I start to dress her up. I decided on a hairstyle and just giving her a little bit of jewelry. And I think this is, yes, as you can see the layers right now. They are, I'm adding to layers. I'm locking layers. Locking layers is really nice if you want to work on um, the thing that is on that layer. You can lock a layer and then color over it without needing to worry about it spreading out outside of what was already on that layer. Um, so here, I don't think I had like much experimenting going on with the clothing. Um, it's a pentagram. Turned it upside down and made it a shirt. So she is no longer bare. Um, but yeah, overall, I really enjoyed making this drawing because I've been very busy with my degree right now. We're in the last term, I think, for my MA degree, so my master's in animation, and it's difficult. It's a bit of a hard topic. So it's always nice to have this this moment in time in which you can just pump something out real quick. This took me, I think this took me 2 hours tops. Um, to get this sorted, just to get get some creativity off your chest and not having to worry about it looking nice or whatever, just letting yourself go into your own comfort zone. um, and yeah, that's about it. You can always check this out on my social pages. um, I'll link everything after this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments or contact me through my socials. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.